Imagine if you drove your car for 50 years without a dashboard. No gas gauge, no speedometer, no check engine light, nothing. You have no idea how fast you're going, when you're about to run out of gas, or whether the engine was overheating. That's how most of us are living when it comes to blood sugar. We are completely driving blind. And a CGM is your dashboard. Welcome to the Glucose Diaries, where midlife meets metabolic magic. I'm Stephanie, and after 20 plus years of trial and error, I finally cracked the code on blood sugar, hormones, and fat loss. And now I'm sharing everything I've learned with you. Because here's the wild part. 9 out of 10 adults in the US are metabolically unhealthy, and most have no idea. This podcast is here to change that, with real talk, no fluff, and zero gatekeeping. Each episode is short, practical, and packed with real-life examples to help you understand what's actually going on inside your body and what you can do about it one step at a time. Please note, this show is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before making any changes to your wellness routine. Now let's dive into today's episode. Hey, it's Stephanie, and welcome to another episode of the Glucose Diaries podcast. Today, I'm sharing why I wear a continuous glucose monitor, even though I'm not diabetic, and how it's helped me understand my body, spot hidden spikes, and make better choices for my blood sugar and energy. We're going to talk about what a CGM actually is, what it shows you, why it's such a powerful tool, and I'll answer the most common questions I get about wearing one. So imagine if you could see exactly what your blood sugar is doing every minute of the day without guessing, without waiting for lab results, and without pricking your finger. That's what a CGM does. And it might be one of the most eye-opening health tools that you'll ever use, even if you're not diabetic. When I first got a CGM, I didn't do it because the doctor told me to. I wasn't diagnosed with diabetes. I was just curious. I had read Dr. Mindy Peltz's book, Fast Like a Girl, and she talked about wearing a CGM. So I did some research and was totally intrigued with the idea. I wanted to know what was happening inside my body anytime I ate or drank something. And here's the thing. I thought I was healthy. I was eating things I thought were good for me. But one of my very first drinks with the CGM was my favorite morning coffee. It had coffee, flavored creamer, sugar-free syrup, and stevia. Everything I thought was fine. 30 minutes later, I checked my glucose monitor on my phone and I saw the spike. I literally said out loud, what the freaking heck? That was my first aha moment. I knew my creamer had some sugar in it and I thought it was fine. It was like 5 grams per tablespoon. I realized I had been walking around totally blind to what my food was doing to my blood sugar, my energy, and my cravings. And honestly, my metabolism. And most people are in the same boat. So what is a CGM? Let's start at the beginning. It stands for Continuous Glucose Monitor. It's a small sensor that you wear on your arm that measures your blood sugar all day and night, 24/7. And here's the important part. It's not measuring the sugar from your blood. It's measuring the glucose in your interstitial fluid, the fluid around your cells. But it's close enough that it gives you a real-time picture of how your body's reacting to food, stress, sleep, and even exercise. Think of it like a little health detective that's reporting back to you 24/7. I love it. Most people only get their blood sugar checked once or twice a year at the doctor. And that's usually a fasting glucose, meaning you haven't eaten for 8+ hours. That's like judging a movie by the opening credit. You're missing the entire story. So with the CGM, you get to see the full movie, the spikes, the crashes, the flatliner days, and the days when things are all over the map. And here's why that matters. Big spikes followed by big crashes can make you tired, cranky, and craving sugar. Repeated spikes over time can push you towards something called insulin resistance that we talk a lot here on the show about. Stable, gentle curves help your body burn fat, keep your energy steady, and avoid that hangry feeling. And here's the crazy part. About 93% of American adults are metabolically unhealthy, meaning that they have at least one sign of metabolic issues like high blood sugar, high triglycerides, or high blood pressure. But most people have no idea because they've never looked. A CGM is like flipping on the lights in a dark room. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. and you start to make changes. So think about it this way. Imagine if you drove your car for 50 years without a dashboard. No gas gauge, no speedometer, no check engine light, nothing. You have no idea how fast you're going, when you're about to run out of gas, or whether the engine was overheating. That's how most of us are living when it comes to blood sugar. We are completely driving blind. And a CGM is your dashboard. It shows you what's happening under the hood so you can make adjustments before there's a breakdown. And here's the key difference. It's proactive. It gives you feedback now so you can start making changes to prevent problems later instead of waiting till you get a diagnosis like, by the way, you have prediabetes and have to play catch up. So what can you learn from a CGM? It's not just about food. A CGM can show you how much stress raises your blood sugar, how poor sleep makes you spike from foods that wouldn't normally bother you, how a quick walk after dinner can flatten a spike, and which foods are your personal triggers. I've seen people have totally different reactions to the same food. That's why personalized data matters. Now, before we wrap up, I want to answer some of the most common questions I get about CGMs because I know these are probably in your mind right now. So number one, does it hurt to put it on? Not really. You feel a super quick little pinch, if that, when the applicator inserts the filament, but it's over in seconds and way less painful than a finger prick. Trust me, because I've done multiple finger pricks. Number two, is it waterproof? Absolutely. You can absolutely swim, shower, sweat with it on. I wear mine all the time in the hot tub, the swimming pool, the shower, the bathtub, the sauna, etc. The only thing I recommend is make sure that you put some kind of Band-Aid or adhesive over the sensor, especially if you're in the water a lot. Or in my case, I was drying off one time in a towel. I totally forgot I was wearing it because I couldn't even feel it. And I literally scraped the sensor because I didn't have a Band-Aid over it and it pulled it a little bit. So after that, I just ordered some round adhesives off Amazon and I just put that one on top every time I wear one. Number three, how long does the sensor last? Most sensors last about 14 days to 15 days, depending on the brand. Number four, can you work out with it on? Absolutely. I do so every day. In fact, seeing how your blood sugar responds during workouts can be really eye-opening. Number five, how accurate is it compared to a finger stick? It's close, within about 10 to 15% accuracy. There can be a slight delay because it measures the interstitial fluid, not blood, but it's great for trends and patterns. Number six, does insurance cover it? If you're diabetic, often they will. If not, you can get one through services like Levels, NutriSense. There's a lot of companies coming out with them. I personally get mine through a functional medicine doctor that we go to. They run it through insurance, but basically it's $35 a sensor. So I pay about $70 a month if I wear one back to back, which I usually do. If you're wondering exactly what it looks like to put one of these on, guess what? I've got you covered. I'm going to release a short bonus episode, both on the podcast and video, where I walk you through step by step how I apply my CGM so you can see just how quick and easy it is. It'll be live right after this episode, so go check it out wherever you're listening now. And if you're curious and want to try one, here's what I would do. I would pick your CGM route. I'd go either through a doctor or a company, wear it for at least 14 days, track your meals, your workouts, your stress, your sleep, look for patterns, which meals give you the biggest spikes when you crash and which foods keep you steady. You don't have to wear one forever if you don't want to. Even just 2 weeks could give you so much information. The goal is not perfection. It's complete awareness. So if you want to skip the overwhelm and know exactly how to start with a CGM, how to read the graphs, and the 3 patterns to watch for, grab my free CGM starter guide at theglucosediaries.com/CGM. It's also linked in the show notes. Because once you see your blood sugar in real time, it changes the way you eat forever. So that's it for today. I hope this episode gave you a new perspective on CGMs and why they can be such a powerful tool for anyone who wants to see exactly how their body responds to food and how they can help you take control before a diagnosis ever occurs. And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Glucose Diaries. Make sure to follow the show so you never miss an episode. And if you got value from today's conversation, send it to a friend who may need to hear it too. And if you have a few seconds, it would mean the world to me if you would leave a quick review on whatever platform you're listening to this episode. It helps more women like you find this show and feel less alone on their wellness journey. You can find any links or resources mentioned today at theglucosediaries.com and come say hey over on Instagram at theglucosediaries. I love connecting with you in the DMs. Until next time, remember, You are not alone. You are not broken, and you deserve to feel amazing.